Okay, Cash, just tell us what has Pastor Russ and Kathy encouraged you or blessed you over the last couple of years?
They gave me a church, uh, no, a job in the church. Ring, well, not in the church technically, but ringing the bell at
Yep.
9:15 every single Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
They blessed me by giving me this good godliness and all the good godness and grace that they give us. Um, I remember when they let me pray in the room. When I started to get to pray in the room with all the men,
Mm-hmm.
that was pretty good. And then I got to pray. Sometimes I get to pray during, like, in the beginning of the service. That's pretty good too.
Okay. Anything else?
Uh,
Y'all good?
yeah.
Okay. Tammy?
Well, for me, they've showed me a lot of love and kindness. They've taught me that it is very important. Church is very important, and how to love my enemies. They've encouraged me and helped me to get through some hard times, and I'm just blessed to have them, and I really do appreciate them, and I'm thankful that they're in our church.
All right, Rosalie, just tell us a little bit how Pastor Wright and Kathy has blessed you or encouraged you over the last couple of years.
When I first met them, they were so friendly and just made the church so enjoyable. I thoroughly enjoy going to mass and I enjoy going to Bible study, which I didn't before. But I have learned so much from them and I am so grateful that they have come into my life.
Absolutely. Okay, Tim and Brenda, I'd like to know give us your point of view, give us some ideas of how Pastor Russ and Kathy has blessed or encouraged you over the last 2 years since they've been here.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Russell Wayne, this is Brenda Kay. And I just want you to know that you make our Sundays so refreshing and love your preaching. And you are a godly man. We love you. We love Kathy. Um, but you just make it very, very interesting in our campground, and we love you.
Ditto. No, a little more than that.
Ditto. That's a good one.
No, I tell you, we've been coming down here and visiting y'all now pretty much every other weekend. And before long, it'll be every weekend for quite a while. Won't have to rush home on every other Sunday, but it is, yeah. Tell them about it. Yeah, so it has been absolutely wonderful. We appreciate you both. We love you both. We look forward to being with you on the Sunday mornings that we are here, and everybody that's in there. And I tell you, people just do not know what they're missing when they do not come and sit in, our little church and worship with us. And we, like I said, we love both of you, and we're here for you. And yeah, that's about it. Again, ditto.
Okay. Okay, Will and Pat, just want to give you an opportunity to share with us what you have been encouraged or blessed with Pastor Russ and Kathy over the last couple of years since you've been part of the ministry on Thursdays.
Well, you know, yes, when the new preacher comes along, you've got to do some research and check on his background a little bit. You just don't want just anybody to walk in. So I've done some research on the pastor, and
It was all good.
I found out that
Is this going to be a roast here?
when he and his brothers were little, they were well known for having adventures or misadventures, and sometimes they got into some mischief, but one day he was messing around in the churchyard, and the pastor called him in the churchyard, little Russell by himself, and he said, "Son, where is God?" And Russell just looked down at his feet and scuffed the dirt, and he said, "Russell, where is God?" And Russell stood and looked at him. He said, "Russell, where is God?" And Russell took off running. He ran all the way home, ran to the house, and got in the closet and slammed the door. Well, his brothers came and said, "Russell, get out of there. You're acting crazy. What's wrong with you?" And he said, he was just crying and carrying on. And he said, "We're just all in so much trouble. God's missing, and they think we got him." Cha-ching.
Bada bing.
Yeah, bada bang. But anyway, we appreciate Pastor Russell and all he's done for this neighborhood, and
That's
most of all, his heart for the lost. And he wants to see everybody saved. And sometimes he's the weeping pastor, but that's okay. But we love and appreciate him.
He's a great man. I really appreciate him. He does a lot for this campground.
Yes,
He's
he does.
really inspiring. I think a great deal of him. I really do.
We love you.
Okay, Bill and Nancy.
Hello.
So share with us a little bit what Pastor Russ and Kathy possibly encouraged you over the last couple of years since they've been here.
Hello, my name is Nancy, and I'm here to tell you what a wonderful man that we have come to enjoy and respect in our Reverend. He is such a wonderful speaker. He gets you to understand the Bible, not just read it, but to understand what it's about and how God can come to you in so many wonderful ways. So I am very, very, very impressed with him. And he brings people into our church that are really good speakers. People that you get to know, not personally, but through their speaking. And some people you like better than others, which is fine. But listen to what they're saying and decide from that, not the person. And I think it's great what he's doing. And he's got a lovely wife that supports him 100%. And Kathy is one in a million. She's there to help whenever she's needed, and we love her very much, as we do the Reverend. So thank you.
We are truly blessed, that's for sure.
We are truly blessed. I'm Bill, and we are truly blessed that God brought the rights to our campground to be our pastor, who is and he gets a lot of good speakers in. He also had this big revival, which I thought was great. They had really good speakers in that revival, good bands, good music, and it's just a blessing that the Lord brought him to this campground. He's really changed my life.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Donald, just give us a few words of encouragement that Pastor Russ and Kathy has. Just tell us how they have encouraged you or blessed you over the last 2 years.
Well, let me start by saying how blessed we are that they came to the campsite. I remember when they first moved in and the first camper here, Margie and I drove by, and Kathy was outside, and we started up a conversation, and I knew that the campground had been blessed as soon as I talked with her for 5 minutes just in passing. And it's been an encouragement every time I get to be down here and we get to go to church. We're not here all the time, but it certainly is a blessing when we are. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the many blessings, and I'll see you on the rail. You know what I mean. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay, ladies, as you know, it's Pastor Appreciation Day on Sunday. And just asking you, what has Pastor Russ and Kathy brought to you as far as encouragement or anything that might be on your heart to he encouraged you or been a blessing to you both or whatever.
Okay. Kathy and Russell Wright brought to the park something that was missing when the prior pastor and his wife left to go to tend to another church. And the park needed someone. Russell has stepped in and just done a beautiful job with treating the people of the park the way the Lord expects him to do. And he has all of us feeling like we want to participate with him in making the park a bigger and better place.
And you, young
And I
lady?
would like to say, I've been down here a couple of times and I've just absolutely loved his style of preaching and how much he loves the Lord. I just like to say that he's a true blessing to the park.
Okay.
That's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Pastor Russ, I am glad the good Lord sent you to Virginia Creek. You and Kathy have been a blessing to all of us. And by the way, I got something good to say about you. I was talking to a lady this week, and she could not get over how you could keep so much in your head. She could ask you a question, and you would give her an answer, but you always had scripture to back it up. And she says, I can't understand why he can keep all that in his head. Pastor Russ and Kathy, we're glad to have you at Virginia Creek Ministries. You've been a blessing.
Pastor Russ and Kathy, would just like to say that you have certainly been a blessing to Virginia Creek Ministries, a blessing in my life as well as others. You certainly do bring the message in a way that is very understandable to me. And I enjoy all your stories about yourself, starting from your snowball cake story and many others. Once again, I'd like to thank you and Miss Kathy for being a blessing in my life.
Okay, Rodney. As long as you want, it don't matter. I've known Russ and Kathy, of course, for 2.5 years. Apparently, you've known him a lot longer.
Yeah.
So just tell us how he and Kathy has blessed you and encouraged you over all these years.
Well, over all the years that I've known Russell and Kathy, they more or less took us in as me and Debbie. They took us in as part of their family. And Debbie just loved Kathy and Russell. She just thought the world of Russell, and I have too. And since he played guitar, and I played the guitar, lots of times we'd go meet at their house and sing, and just when they started going to Richlands, we started going to Richlands, and we went down to Cape Fear Free Will Baptist Church with him, and I think of him as a brother, close brother. I mean, they always say sometimes you're more closer to your Christian friends than you are your blood friend, blood kin. But I love Russell to death, and I just think the world of him, and he's blessed me so much, and he's always been there when I needed him. When Debbie was laying in the hospital in her last few days of her life, they were there. They came. They were always there, and all I had to do was call him, and they'd drop what they're doing. And I remember when I was sick in the hospital, I was in the hospital, and I called Russell up after I was in the hospital for 2 days, and I was wanting to come home. And I said, Russell, what you doing? He said, nothing. I said, come pick me up. I want you to come pick me up. I want to come home. He said, I'll be down there in just a few hours. I said, okay. So he drove all the way down to New Hanover Hospital, picked me up and brought me home. But I love them very much, and they've blessed me, and they're a blessing in my life. I look up to them a lot. And, I think of him not just as a pastor. He is my pastor, but I think of him as my dearest, closest friend, him and Kathy. And I just love him so much, and words can't say enough to what I would like to transpose on this video, how I feel about Russell. So I love the boy, and I love playing guitar and singing with him, and looking forward to many, many more years of doing this. So Russell, I love you, buddy, and y'all have a happy anniversary, and at least 35, 40 more years. And like I said, I don't know how Kathy picked you because, well, let's just say we need to pray for her. And I love you, buddy, and thank you for being in my life.
Okay, Lynn and Tammy, you've known Pastor Russ and Kathy for the last couple of years. Just in a few words, how have they blessed you and encouraged you over the last 2.5 years?
He has really brought us, back to the Lord where we need to be. After hearing him speak the first time, we fell in love with him. He's one of the few pastors that preach the old time gospel like he does. But as far as a man, there's no greater man than what Russ is right now. He's a truly what a good friend and a good pastor should be.
I'm always telling him that I've never heard anybody preach the way he does. He's not sure if that's good or bad, but in my opinion, it's good because I've never heard anybody preach the way he does and can make me understand and appreciate what he does. And they both of them have been there for Lynn and I so much in the last year.
Now about Miss Kathy. Whew, there's very little to say. God bless your heart, sweetheart.
We truly love both of you.
Thank you.
Hey, Sharon, you've known Pastor Russ and Kathy for a couple of years now. So tell us in a few words how they have blessed you or encouraged you over the last 2.5 years.
Well, I can't remember a time when I haven't loved God and sought him out somewhere in something, in a church, in a relationship or whatnot. And during John's career in the Marine Corps and recruiting duty in Michigan and on Lake Michigan, and 6 or 7 years in California and San Diego and Carlsbad and throughout the West Coast there, I always was searching for a church and I knew I would know that I was in the right spot as soon as I found it. There's a lot of New Age on the West Coast, and that rubbed me the wrong way. And by some miracle, Dr. Sean Greener and I were listening. He was a guest on a YouTube channel that my son and I listened to, and I reached out to him to ask a biblical question because I always have so many questions about the Bible. And I told him that I had been searching for a church, and he asked my location, and then he sent me back this. And this is how I ended up with Pastor Russell and Miss Kathy, and why my life has been so blessed. If it weren't for Dr. Greener, I don't know if I would be here in this place during this season. So he said, as to potential churches, I have a dear friend who lives in the Virginia Creek campground, and he delivers vibrant preaching at a friendly church there every Sunday. It's a small gathering on the campground, but there are lovely people who are seasoned in the ministry, and I think Pastor Wright and Miss Kathy are in their 70s, but they're such fun and sweet folks from the mountains and hollers of West Virginia. If you're open to it, I can ask Pastor Wright and Miss Kathy to call you and give you meeting times. He's preached all over the globe, so if his gathering isn't a match for you, I'm confident that he can and will recommend a few options. I'm telling you seriously. They are two of the nicest, sweetest people I have ever met. I love them both so much. So that was April of 2024. Billy and I came out, and Billy's my son. He can pick up on a vibe like nobody's business. And after hearing Pastor Russell preach, and after being greeted by Miss Kathy, who I'd never laid eyes on before, I didn't even know that was Miss Kathy, she came to me and hugged me. And after we listened to the sermon, Billy whispered in my ear, "Mom, that's a powerful man of God." And I think I already knew. I think the Holy Spirit had already told me I was where I needed to be. but I'm so thankful, and I'm so thankful that he's unapologetic. He preaches the gospel the way that it should be preached, and he teaches. Being a teacher of the Bible it's a hard job, but he does it so eloquently, and he does it with so much power and feeling. And you can't look at the man or look at Miss Kathy and not be able to see God in them. And so I'm so thankful. I'll forever be thankful that I'm here in this family. You have a family you're born into, and then you have a family that God gives you. And I feel like I have a family now. So thank you. I love them both.
Hi, Russ and Kathy. As you know, this is Pastor Appreciation Day, and that includes you too, Kathy. We just love you both. Kathy, for you first, God bless you. Thank you for all you do behind the scenes. Lord knows you got your hands full with Pastor Russ. Thank you for your guidance, your patience, and being so genuine. Now on to Pastor Russ. Thank you for all your guidance spiritually and your dedication and your positive impact in our church family. Your sermons are an inspiration for me to grow closer to God. Thank you.
Okay, to Kathy, you are the epitome of a pastor's wife. You're such a blessing. We call you Hugger. You're always showing affection. You come up to hug us. You give us encouragement. You bring a lot of goodies on Thursdays and Sundays. But the most important thing is we can tell that you love us as much as we love you. You are inspiration, and we thank you. Russ, you're a whole nother story. We are so thankful for you. We thank you that God has brought you both to us 2.5 years ago. You are an inspiration to me. You have brought me closer to the Lord as far as discipline, reading, just so much that you have brought to the table. I have shared with the flock here the things that I've seen you do in the background that I mentioned, so it's not like it's unusual, but when you walk around the campground and you pray for the campers here to bring them to church or to bring them closer to you. I've seen you once before, like when we had the revival, when I was sitting on the porch and you didn't know I was watching, but I seen you walking around and touching every chair that was going to be filled on those nights at the revival. Those things, it's everlasting in my mind, and I know how much you love people, and you show it. We just thank Mrs. King that it's a blessing that we have this in our campground, a church, which is very unusual. So once again, we thank you both for being our shepherd to this flock. This is my prayer. Father, I ask you give Pastor Russ and Kathy a clear vision for the future of our church. Reveal your plans and purposes and help them to lead with faith and confidence. Show them the next steps to take and provide divine opportunities to further our kingdom. Thank you.